attending the Tempest. Your show will begin momentarily. In the meantime, please feel free to kick back and relax in our lobby. Privileged guests, we are about to begin. Please finish your drinks, take stock of your interdimensional bits and bobs, and conclude all use of the facilities. But without further ado, may we present your show.
Hello! Hi! Snap if you can hear me. Oh, fabulous. How's it going, Peter? It's been a while. Oh my goodness. Oh, look at all of your beautiful, shining faces. Come gather around the fire. It's time for a story. Oh my goodness, I haven't even introduced myself. Hello, my name is Haylee, and I am so glad you're here this evening. Or evening for some of you, afternoon or morning for others, right? Who here is experiencing morning? Who here is experiencing afternoon? All right. And who here is experiencing evening? Oh, yay! How exciting, how exciting. A little America, a little Europe. I love this little combo platter. Now, let's start with the story. Let's get back on track. Oh, I have a perfect story for us. This goes a little like this. Once upon a time, many, many moons ago, there was a group of young, beautiful time sprites, much like yourselves, sitting around a campfire, telling each other stories, while they waited out the bubonic plague. The end. That one's it's called an abbreviated version of the Decameron. And you know, there's a little sprinkle of truth to it, don't you think? Teeny tiny wee bit. I have another story for you. And this one goes like this. I, like you, am home right now. Raise your hand if you're at home. I knew it. Uh-huh. I'm actually standing in the middle of my living room, as I do every single show. And, just to let you know, if you hear any meowing, do not be alarmed. That is my cat. Her name is Foxy. And ever since I started working from home, she's become my very vocal and, well, judgmental assistant. Anybody else here have a vocal, judgmental, fur-covered assistant at home? Oh, you do? Okay. All right. So you understand the bladder trampoline at 3 a.m. as well then, right? Exactly. Okay. I have another truth for you. Another truth. Did you there put truth serum in my coffee this morning? They say no, but can we trust them? Because these truths just keep spilling out of my mouth, and I'm just going to keep telling them. So here we go. I am, in fact, a professional dancer and actor. And, well, like most of my colleagues, my work has just vanished into nothing. And I really miss being on stage. Or in the case of immersive theater, I really miss running around and performing in odd buildings or makeshift hotels or makeshift hospital wards or whatever other show, you know? And I miss it a lot. And to satisfy my creative need, I've started working on a show all by my lonesome here at home. I started working on The Tempest by William Shakespeare. And I'm finally at the point where I am ready to get this work off of the page and into the world. And I was curious if a few of you, and by a few of you, I mean all of you, would you be willing to do a little scene work with me? All right. We're snapping, we're nodding our heads. I love it! Let's set our stage then. Let's pretend my balcony is a stage. And you know, not just any stage. Let's pretend my balcony is the Globe in London. How about that? It's a stadium filled with multi-level seats and, well, you know, us poor little groundlings, we would scrounge up a little penny to stand right here in the pit or the yard of the Globe. Meanwhile, the nobleman would pay top dollar to sit on the stage with the actors. But you know, I think we're safer here in the pit, because if you were on stage with those actors, do you know how much actors spit when they're talking? Yeah. So like if you were on that stage, you would be spat upon, you would be sweated upon, and because it's Shakespeare and everybody dies, you would be like with fake blood all over you. Yeah, so I actually think we're safer right here in the yard. All right, so the Tempest is a very particular show, and it opens in the most dramatic way possible. It opens with a boat in the middle of an ocean, in the middle of a storm. Now, this storm is not caused by natural occurrences in the atmosphere. This storm is caused by a powerful spirit by the name of Ariel. It's kind of dramatic, right? And like there's actors on the boat and they're losing their minds because they think they're about to capsize and drown. So we're gonna work on this scene. I need one of you to be on my special effects team. One of you to be special effects. Who wants to be special effects? All right, 2 hands waving up in the air. All right, follow me. This is your very, very high-tech gear. This is called the torch, and you can snap it on and off. And apparently, when I was snapping that on and off, I was going invisible, wasn't I? Oops. Okay. Well, that's good to know. Anyway, this is your torch. Exactly, you snapped it off. You can snap it on. Bingo. Brilliant. So, you are going to light the stage. And you're also going to snap it on and off to create the effects of lightning, okay? And now that means the 3 of you are going to be the brave sailors wading out in the treacherous waters, okay? And so when I say action, I need you to start running back and forth. I need to watch you swim to shore. I need you to take buckets of things and put the water overboard. I need just panic, anxiety, terror, all of those very dramatic emotions. I need to see it all, okay? So I'm going to send you all up to the stage. Up you go, and up you go. All right, find an opening pose, my actors. Special effects, lights are off. The curtains are closed. The house lights dim. The audience goes quiet. A tempestuous noise of thunder and lightning is heard. The curtains open. A crash of lightning happens. And action! Hi, my hearts, cheerily, cheerily, my hearts, yar, yar. Take down the topsail, tend to the master's whistle, blow till thy burst thy wind. If room enough, good. Panic, I need to see running back and forth now. That's what I'm talking about. And watch out because the topmast is about to fall down. And now bring her to try with main course. And you all steer the ship back onto main course. And then a big wave comes over. And now you have to swim to shore. Swim to shore. Keep swimming. Oh, bravo. And just like that, the curtains close. The crowd goes wild. Well done. You know, I have to say, there is something so magical about acting, right? I mean, we just turned my backyard into a storm in the middle of an ocean. That's kind of neat. Now, believe it or not, each of your masks hold a little bit of magic as well. So come gather round and let's explore that. I'm going to give you a little piece of wood, and I need you to take one and pass it along. There we go. Perfect. So now we all have a little twig. Let's, in unison, let's make this very ritualistic. This is going to satisfy the choreographic portion of my brain. Let's remove our mask. Let your little piece of wood hover in the mask, just like our friend Peter is doing here. Good. You can let go of it. It will float all on its own. Snap once above it to ignite it. Good. And now circle the perimeter of the mask in a counterclockwise direction. Good. Keep stirring. Keep stirring. Hear the wild presence. Yes! Oh, yes. You have performed to the point that the tempest that I bade thee. Oh, you see that vessel there? By accident most strange, bountiful fortune, hath mine enemies been brought to this shore. Now, all of you, go make thyself like a nymph of the sea, be subject to no one's sight but thine and mine, naked to every eyeball else. Now go take this form. There we go. I'm seeing some like seaweed, sea nymph arms. I love it. You guys are totally into it already. And now, let's summon our Ariel. Throw your arms into the sky. Yell at the top of your lungs so that your neighbors will hear you. Ariel, approach! We come! I boarded the king's ship. Now on the beach, now in the waist, on the deck, in every cabin, I flamed amazement. The fire and cracks, the sulphurous roaring, the most mighty Neptune seemed besieged and made his bold waves tremble. Yea, his dread trident shake. Not a soul but felt a fever of the mad, and played tricks of desperation, and all but mariners, plunging into the foaming brine and quit the vessel. And Ferdinand, the king's son, was the first man who leaped and cried, "Hell is empty, and all the devils are here."
Into something rich and strange. See him sour hearing its knell. Hark! I hear them. Ding dong bell.
Whoa. That was wild. That was Ariel who sings and summons the Tempest, that terrible storm. But what about the Tempest itself? What about, like, the story, the plot, the dialogue, right? So, I have brought you here to Prosperous Cell. And before we get started, I have to ask you a very important question. You, right there, you. What do you think of Prosperous' costume? Does it look cute? Okay, good, thanks. I was a little self-conscious because it's a little, like wide around the hips, but now that you say I look cute, I feel amazing. Thank you for that compliment. I needed it. All right, so, Prosperous Cell, here we are. Now, this isn't any old cell. This, in fact, is, well, it's my memory palace. Do you know what a memory palace is? Good. All of you know what a memory palace is? You do? Fabulous. All right. So, in this memory palace, all of the little knickknacks hold dialogue of Prospera, or it unlocks a little bit of Prospera's plot or narrative. Now I also use, so this is a method that I use when I'm learning a new character, I also use one other method, and this one is called the Golden Nugget. And the Golden Nugget is this. It's kind of a fancy way of saying I have a mantra for my character. And Prospera's mantra is this: those who control the narrative controls others. I hope you're listening carefully because you will be quizzed on that. You thought you were seeing a show? Haha, you're at school. All right, so let's get to work. Help yourself to my bookshelf, find a little knick-knack, and then I will bring thee to how Prospera, the former Duke of Milan, came to be in exile. Ooh, I see ivy, I see the ring, I see the quill. All right. All right. Let's start with the quill. Oops, there we go. Good thing that didn't break. It is true. With the help from the Kingdom of Naples, my brother Antonio did usurp me and set me to sea with my daughter Miranda. Huh. There you go. If you want, you can throw that into the memory pond. And the ring. This is a good one. Thank you. I got it. My brother Antonio made an alliance so dry he was for sway by the King of Naples to give him annual tribute and do him homage, subject his coronet to his crown. And he bend, the dukedom yet unbowed. Alas, poor Milan, to most ignoble stooping. Yikes. So now we're starting to learn that my brother is exactly, he's kind of a piece of work, you know? Here, take that ring and toss it into the memory pond. The hat. Good choice, thank you, Peter. All right. The dukedom of Milan was mine by right, but through foul play we came from thence, that my brother and my uncle called Antonio and claimed the dukedom of their own. I mark me, pray thee, that a brother should be so perfidious, that he, whom next thyself of all the world I loved, and put him to manage my state. I just feel like we keep reinforcing that my brother is a, pardon my French, a dickwad, you know? Yeah. Here, toss that into the pond. And last but not least, the ivy. Thank you very much. Now, fun fact about ivy is you all know that ivy is an invasive species? Yeah, so, you know when you, like, walk along the street and you see a cute little brownstone with ivy along it, and you think, oh, that's cute. That is literally the sign of invasive ivy being just like a bully as ivy is. So, for example, if you put ivy in a pot with another plant, it will suck the nutrients from the other plant and kill it. Kind of like my brother Antonio. Get this. My brother Antonio, holding both the key to officer and office, did set the hearts of the state to the tune that pleased his own ear, and being the ivy that hid my princessly trunk, sucked the verdure out on it. So basically my brother, like, took all my power and I was left with nothing. You feel sorry for me? Thank you for feeling sorry for me. I feel sorry for myself right now. All right, here's the ivy. Toss it into the pond. And Peter, I need you to grab my staff. And who was feeling sorry for me? You were feeling sorry for me. Here you go. Now, take a gander into that growler and tell me if your magic is working. Fabulous. All right, everybody, come around this way. This is very important. We're going to look into my memory pond and kind of see a very vulnerable moment. All right, I need you to pour the contents of that bottle into the pond. Peter, I need you to stir the pond with the staff. And pour and stir. Or you can just chuck it in there. Good. Pouring and stirring. There we go. You see that there? My people provided my escape aboard a rotten carcass of a boat, not rigged or mast. The very rats instinctively quit it. There they hoist us to cry to the sea that roared to us, to sigh to the winds whose pity sighing back again did us but loving wrong. And there I am, with my sweet daughter Miranda. We were in the middle of the ocean, not knowing where we would end up, not knowing if we would ever be safe again, and oh my Miranda, I have done nothing but care of thee my loved one, thee my daughter, who art ignorant of what thou art, not knowing of whence I am, that I Prospera, a master of a full poor cell, and thy no great reward. Oh. Sorry to interrupt this moment, but fun fact about my memory palace, I constructed this memory palace, but I did not make a bathroom here. And I drank a cup of coffee before joining you this evening / afternoon. And, well, I need to go to the bathroom. So is it okay if we hop back over to my backyard and I can just quickly, all right. Everybody, click your heels together. There's no place like home. 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 Help yourself to some marshmallows. I will be right back. All right, tell me, how do those marshmallows taste? Is that one for me? Have you had a chance to have a marshmallow for yourself? Okay, thank you. Oh, thank you, though. That's so sweet of you. But do you know how I actually like my marshmallows? This is how I like them. I like them flaming. It makes me feel like a fire eater. Oh, so good. Also, I read an article once that said charcoal is good for your health, so it turns like a very unhealthy thing healthy. It's pretty incredible. See? Look at that. Your mask is glowing from all that charcoal detoxifying your system, whatever that means. Anyway, I have a little question, maybe not really a riddle for you, but I have to ask you, what is sweeter than a toasty, gooey little marshmallow? Make a guess. Make a guess. 2 snaps. Close, but not quite. Make a guess. Magic. Oh, that's a really good guess, but magic is not quite sweeter than a toasty, gooey marshmallow. Make a guess. All of us? Oh my goodness. Yes, teacher's pet, you feel pity for me and then you say that we're all sweeter? Yes, that's almost correct. Good try. Peter, take it home for us. Exactly. Love is sweeter than a toasty, gooey marshmallow. Yours was really close. You were just like on the brink of love because, well, I'm kind of falling in love with all of you, sweetie pies. You're a really good audience, by the way. Just have to say that. Now, let's go explore the love scene of the Tempest. Here we go. And here we are on the very island that Prospera and Miranda were exiled upon. Now, I have to ask you this. Now, this is a very important pop quiz. Who here remembers Prospera's golden nugget, her little mantra? Raise your hand if you remember it. 1, 2... Come on, teacher's pet, come on! No, I'm kidding, it's fine. You don't have to remember it. This is the mantra. We'll go over it together. Those who control the narrative controls others. So that's Prospera's mantra. So we might think that we're about to jump into a love scene, but actually we're about to jump into a scene about Prospera flexing her manipulation muscles, okay? So just keep that in the back of your mind. Now, I need 3 of you to be actors, and I need 1 of you to be my assistant director. Peter, would you like to be the assistant director? Because it looks like all of these time sprites are brand spanking new, and we should let them have a chance to act, right? All right. So I'm going to need your help, okay? Awesome. So, out of the 3 of you, help me with casting. Come stand beside me. Help me with casting. I need to see you start dancing. Dancing in the most graceful, gorgeous, sweet, angelic ways. We're casting the role of Miranda. Who should be Miranda? Ooh, Miranda! You have been cast. There's your costume, you gorgeous young little girl. All right, and now, Peter, help me out. Who should be our Ferdinand? Now, the 2 of you, give me your strongest poses. Give me your prince poses. Give me muscles. Give me bravery. Give me courage. All right, who's Ferdinand? Oh, congratulations, you are Ferdinand. Fabulous. And now you, give me a manipulative, creepy pose. Oh, you're going to make a very, very good Prospera, don't you think? Oh my goodness. And you are going to be Prospera. There's your magical staff. Okay. Now, Miranda, I need you hiding behind this tree. Ferdinand, I need you center stage. Prospera, I need you hiding behind this tree. All right, and Peter and I are going to come over here to the audience, to the house of the theater. Okay, so, just to give you a little bit of background, Prospera, you are spying on the young couple because it is your goal to have Ferdinand, King Alonso's son. King Alonso's your enemy, by the way. King Alonso's son is going to fall deeply and madly in love with your daughter Miranda. And it is your goal that they fall in love and then that they get married ASAP. And by the 2 of them being wed, that means that you get to go back home to Italy and all of the suffering you have endured on the island will be undone. Yeehaw! So, let's get this show on the road. Now, Miranda, you're hiding. Prospera, you're creepy spying on them. Ferdinand, strike us a prince pose. No, you stay behind the tree. Prospera, behind the tree. Good, you're inconspicuous. Prince pose, Ferdinand. Good. Well done. Okay. Close enough. All right. And now the curtains are closed. I need you, Peter, to snap when it's time to open the curtains. And the curtains open. The lights go on. Ferdinand is doing princely poses. Pose, 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 like you're in a photo shoot. Yes, good. And Miranda gazes upon Ferdinand and is just verklempt. And she says this. Oh, what is it, a spirit? Lord, how it looks about! I might call him a thing divine if nothing natural I ever saw so noble! Good. And now, Ferdinand, you gaze upon Miranda for the first time, and you are overcome by her beauty. And you say this, Ferdinand. Oh, the goddess on whom the heirs attend? Oh, you wonder if you be a maid or no. And Miranda, there's a magnetic pull between the 2 of you, and you slowly come closer together. And Miranda, you say, oh, no wonder, sir, but certainly a maid. And you give a giggle. And Ferdinand, you respond like this. My language. Heavens! Myself from Naples! And now you start crying. Oh, whom with my eyes not since ebbed, beheld the king my father wrecked. Good. And now Ferdinand and Miranda, you freeze pose. You make a freeze pose. And the spotlight comes onto Prospera. And Prospera creates a very pensive pose. Kind of conniving. Yes, very good. And Prospera says this. Ooh, they are in either's powers. And with this swift business I must uneasy make, lest too light winning make the prize light. So Prospera, this is your maternal instincts kicking in. You see that Ferdinand is flirting with your daughter, and you're like mama bearing this whole situation, and you're going to have none of it. So, you are going to start manipulating this situation. And you come towards Ferdinand. You point your magical staff at him. Ferdinand, you look at Prospera and you say this. Or Prospera says this to you, Ferdinand. A word, good sir, for I fear you have done yourself some wrong a word. And this is the moment where Prospera starts accusing Ferdinand of coming to her island to usurp her, boot her off, and be done with her. Hey, Peter, does that sound a little familiar? Like it's happened before, right? Oh, it's okay, Prospera. And so, as this accusation is happening, Miranda comes in between the two of them to protect Ferdinand, and Miranda says, Mama, stop! Ferdinand is super cute, and I like him a lot, and nothing ill can dwell in such a fine temple. And then Ferdinand, you respond in the only way you know how. Here, Peter, can you bring that to Ferdinand? Thanks, darling. And Ferdinand says this. Dudes, it's sword time. Miranda, come stand beside Peter and I, or else you're going to get your head chopped off. And now, Ferdinand and Prospera, fight! Gzh. Gzh. Good. Good. Apparently this is now Star Wars. Gzh. Gzh. Nice. Well done. And Prospera says, Draw thy weapon, traitor, for I shall disarm thee with this stick and make thy weapon drop. And look at that. That sword is too heavy. Prospera, congratulations, you just won. Raise your hands to the sky. Cackle at the top of your lungs. Ha 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 ha. And you say thy nerves are in their infancy and have no vigor in them. Wah ha ha. Good. So now, Prospera, you go back to hiding behind a tree, and you continue to spy upon the young couple. Ferdinand, Prospera is going to ask you to do some yard work. So start gathering the rubbly, woody bits around the yard, and Miranda, you are going to go distract Ferdinand now. So go distract him. Good. And as Miranda's distracting Ferdinand, Ferdinand stops his work and he's like, Yas. And Miranda's like, Oh, Ferdinand, would you like to be my husband? And Ferdinand is like, Yeah. And then Miranda's like, Oh, Ferdinand, does that mean we're engaged? And Ferdinand is like, Yes. So congratulations to the young couple. You are engaged. And congratulations to Prospera. Your manipulative plan worked. And high five, Peter. Thank you for all of your help. Well done. And I am going to give this to you, because now it is time to go check on the dukes and the lords. Follow me. Let's do a talk and walk. All right. So, on the other side of the island, the dukes and the lords have escaped the Tempest, and they are wandering the desolate land. King Alonso is there, and he is mourning because he thinks his darling son, Ferdinand, has perished. Also, Prospera's evil brother, Antonio, is there. You are going to be representative of Antonio, okay? So we're going to put a little poof on you. And now I'm going to ask you all to forge on ahead, and I will be right behind you.
eating my feast. No one invited you here. You are men of sin, and on this lingering tradition, worse than any death can be at once, shall step by step attend to you and your ways, whose wrath to guard you from, which here, on this most desolate isle, else falls upon your head, nothing but heart sorrow. For it is my business that you from Milan did supplant good Prospero. And what are you doing pointing the sword at me? You can't hurt me more than you can wound loud winds, remark that salve, and kill the still cold waters. Besides, it's a little bit rude.
Oh, hey guys. Just me, Haylee. What do you think of this costume? You like it? Oh, thanks. I know. It feels really good, to be honest with you. I have to say, though, bravely, the figure of this harpy has to now perform my career. A race it did so devouring. And I leave enemies all nipped in their distractions. Ah, they are good. I leave them in these sticks while I visit Ferdinand, whom I believe is drowned in his and my loved darling Miranda. Now, can we get out of the crummy weather and have a wet celebration? Alright, onward we go. Ah, all's well that ends well. I mean, I think that those dukes and lords peed their pants out of fright. And, oh, just a second, let me get these little poofies off of you because you look like a little dog with a cone on its head. There you go. Ah, that's so much better. I feel like I can breathe again. All right, so Miranda and Ferdinand, it is time for you two to be wed. And Prospera gives you a little gift, a little je ne sais quoi, a little vanity of her arts. And Prospera is going to get 2 of the island spirits to dress up like goddesses to bless you. How does that sound? So, let's get situated. I need the 2 of you right under this arch right here. Let's all head to the arch. Goddesses and the young couple. Oh, this arch, fabulous. What a good choice. All right, so here we are. Oh, the young couple, Miranda and Ferdinand, so cute. And there are goddesses that bless the young couple. Now, which one of you would like to be Juno, the goddess of family and marriage? And which one of you would like to be Ceres, the goddess of agriculture and fertility? You want to be Ceres? Okay. Are you okay with being Juno, Peter? Fabulous. All right, all right, all right. Let me get... Juno's going to bless the couple first. So, let me get your little hat on. There we go. You look beautiful, Juno. Give us a twirl. Nice. Thank you. So, Juno is kind of like the ring bearer. So when I start singing, you're going to make an onion. And then Miranda, you're going to take 1 bite of the onion and then hand it over to Ferdinand. Ferdinand, you will finish eating the onion, and by the 2 of you consuming the same onion, it is the equivalent of exchanging rings. Okay? Are you ready, Juno? 5, 6, 7, 8. Honor, riches, and marriage, blessings along continuance, increasing hourly joy, still be upon you. Take a bite. Juno sings her blessings upon you. Ah, yes, they've exchanged rings. Congratulations. And now Ceres. Oh, just a second, Juno. For all of that beautiful work you just did, you're going to get a little mask polish. And now, Ceres, our goddess of agriculture and fertility, you are going to give a love mojo dance to the young couple. Are you ready? 5, 6, 7, 8. earths increase. Boys in plenty, barns and garners, never empty vines, and clustering bunches, growing plants so goodly, birthing, bowing, spring come to you. At the farthest, in the very end of harvest, scarcity and want shall shun you. Sarah's blessing is so on you. And just like that, Sarah's receives her goddess mask. Congratulations, you look beautiful. And now, we're almost, oh my goodness, it's so exciting. Everybody join hands. This is the moment we've been waiting for. Miranda, do you take Ferdinand to be your spirit? And Ferdinand, do you take Miranda to be your spirit? Oh my goodness, look at you and all of your shiny new masks. Wow. And with this blessing we have returned, and all has been made right through marriage. Oh, you know, Prospera gives up her magic to return to Milan. And, well, so too I must leave you. Before we do that, I have to say thank you so much for being here. You know, I exist solely because of you. If there is no you, there is no show, there is no me. So thank you so much for being here. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. You are 4 very bright lights in some very dark times. Thank you. Now, shall we have a final ritual? We started with a ritual. Let's close with a ritual. All right. Follow my hand gestures, all right? Our revels now are ended. Those, our actors, as I foretold you, were all spirits and have melted into air, into thin air, like the cloud-capped towers, the gorgeous palaces, the solemn temples, and the great globe itself, all which it inherits shall dissolve. Like this insubstantial pageant faded, leave not a rack behind. For we are such stuff as dreams are made on. And in this little life, we are rounded in asleep. Now, let's have a little dance party before we must part from this illusion. Ooh. Now, Miranda and Ferdinand, it's going to be the couple's first dance. Everybody, let's watch the couple have their first dance. Ooh, look at them go. Woo! And now, goddesses, goddess duet. Ooh! Oh, you guys are lighting it up. Look at that. Wow, congratulations, you audience and spirits that have been in my charge. I free you to the elements, and fare thou well.
Welcome back. Thank you for realizing this production. May we wish you calm seas, auspicious gales, and sail so